Greetings and welcome back to OwnYourSituation.com. My name is Benjamin Hanks. I want to share something very special with you guys today, and it's a simple equation I developed. Nothing really complicated at all, but what it does is it keeps your career from flatlining. How many people out there are making the same amount of money that they were making 2 years ago? What about 3 years or 5 years ago? There's a lot of people out there watching this video right now who are in that same position, and who hasn't been there? Well, how do we break that? How do we get to where instead of our career flatlining, we're stuck in the same position at the same company making the same amount of money? How do we get from there to an exponential growth in our career? And that's very simple, and it's surprisingly not any different to how a regular product is positioned in our regular marketplace. So let's visit this equation. It's called product plus positioning equals price. So let's think about you. If you've downloaded the first 3 chapters of my book or bought the book or whatever have you, you're going to find out in chapter number 1 I talk about career mindset. And the reason being is I don't want you to think about you as a worker drone. You're not a person who comes in and sits down or grabs a hammer or whatever it is you do. You're not a person who does just enough work to collect a paycheck and not get fired. That's the wrong way to work a job. That's the way to get a job to work you over, and that's not what we want to do with our career. What we want to do is we want to think of ourselves as a product that we are strategically crafting and working and molding every day so that we can ultimately command a higher price in the marketplace. So let's think about that. What about a car? And this is going to make all sense real quick to you. A car. Nissan makes this boat of an SUV called an Armada. It's kind of an impressive vehicle. I mean, this thing takes up 3 lanes and has lots of chrome. It's pretty cool, right? Well, guess what? Infiniti also makes something called a QX56. If you put both of them things in a parking lot next to each other, they don't look any different. They're just 2 cars. They're 2 products. Much like 2 employees on the job marketplace. They're 2 resumes. Only these things are in the parking lot. Well, guess what? You can get all the same options from one Nissan that you can get on the Infiniti. Same paint job, same rims, same leather, same engine, same 4x4. It doesn't matter. It's the same product. So why is it then that the Infiniti commands a higher price and gets sold more often than the Nissan Armada? Well, it's because it's positioned better, right? It's a luxury vehicle. It's positioned higher in the marketplace. So what's that mean for you? You're a product in the marketplace, right? You're just something that some company's going out and buying and using to accomplish a task. Much like I would go out and buy a car and use it to drive to work. You're just a product in the marketplace. It's very simple when you break it down like this. Why is it that some people are getting hired, some people are getting more money even though they've got less of a degree, less experience, and so on and so forth? And the answer is they're positioning themselves better. And this is a very simple concept. They're just positioning themselves as the Infiniti of the marketplace, right? They say, well, you don't want these Nissans, you want the Infiniti, I'm the Infiniti. And they're positioning themselves as that Infiniti. And this is very simple to do, and this shines through on a resume like crazy. Think about it. What does your resume say about you, the product? How is your resume positioning you? What about your references? What if I called your references up? What would they say about you, the product? How would they position you? Would they say, man, you are lucky to have this guy or girl, you better snag them up at whatever price they're asking? Or would they say, yeah, they worked here, they did a good job? You know, there's a difference there in how you're being positioned. I can read a resume real quick and I can tell you when I've got a go-getter and a 20%er. It's easy. When you look at a job title and you look at the bullet points underneath that job title, if these bullet items have way more responsibility than what that job title requires, it's obvious that they're part of the 20% of the people who do 80% of the work. It's very simple to show that. So what does your resume say about you, the product? And what does your references say about you, the product? And that's really going to be how you position yourself in the marketplace. So remember, when it comes to commanding a higher income, the only real thing you need to think about is you, the product, plus how you, the product, are positioned, is ultimately going to determine the price that you command. Until next time, I'm Benjamin Hanks telling you to own your situation. Thank you for stopping by.